guys, it's your friend Brendan once again with a brand new video showcase. Real quick before we get started, just found out this news broke last night, and my friend Lee and I, hi Leah, Lee and I are both big fans of superheroes and stuff like that, so she'll like this. Apparently Cartoon Network, it leaked about a week or two ago, maybe a month ago, that they're going to do a new Justice League animated series, which may be called Justice League Action. All I could say to them is don't screw it up, because this thing could be really cool, especially if Bruce Timm and Paul Dini might be involved, so it's going to be very cool. Look for that, I believe, fall 2016. Probably to probably the kind of piggyback on the upcoming success of Batman vs. Superman. So look for that either fall 2016 or maybe spring or fall 2017. But that's coming up, and that's going to be really cool. What do we got today? We got the WWE MSG review, we got the Raw review, and the reason I look over here is because I got my list and everything like that, so thank you guys for and I don't mind you guys asking stuff. We got the Raw review, we got talk about the Doctor Who spin-off Class. I reviewed some of Splat last night, which is really cool. We'll talk about the Sonic Screwdriver and everything like that. We'll talk about Blockbuster Hollywood and other video stores returning, reminiscences to me, and we'll talk, and I'll remind you about Arrow, Supernatural, and Flash. First off, I wanted to say, don't forget tonight is the season premiere of The Flash. Season 1 also went on CW, I should say, on CW. Also that season 2 premiere, season 1, I just got out of the shower, can you tell? Season 1 just went up on Netflix a little while ago. I'll double check that later, but I've been told it went up on Netflix, so it should be up on there. Season 2 of, I keep saying season 2, season 3 of Arrow and season 11 of Supernatural, both premiere tomorrow night on CW, with season, let's see guys, look if I do, make sure it's okay. Season 4 of Arrow, if I said season 3, I do apologize. Season 3 of Arrow and season 10 of Supernatural both go up on Netflix tomorrow, so look for those tomorrow. I just wanted to remind you guys about that. I don't know if Jay Garrick's going to come in tonight on The Flash. There are some rumors he may not make his debut till next week, so let's see what happens. He wasn't listed today, but they are listing Tom Cavanaugh as I can't remember his name. Tom Cavanaugh is being listed as, I'll look it up here in a moment. When all else fails, IMDb is your run. I'm being silly today. I'm being silly today. I'm in a silly mood. I watched the Eobard Thawne, but that's who he was secretly in season 1. So we've all seen it, so we're fine. So don't worry about it. So Professor Harrison Wells, that's the name. Thank you. It just popped into my head. Professor Harrison Wells. So he might show up. I don't know if maybe it's a flashback or something like that, but they're listing him as the season premiere, so I don't know, but it could just be a mistake. I know that Adam Copeland, aka Edge, WWE Legend Edge, WWE Superstar Edge, is going to show up as Adam Smasher. He's one of the Flash's enemies from another Earth, but I think he does become an ally later. It's in the books. I'm referencing the comic books. So I'm not referencing the show, I'm referencing the comic books. And Adam Copeland is a fantastic actor. If you haven't seen him on Haven, check out Haven episodes. I believe this is the last season where Haven covered up, as I think I talked about it a little before. I didn't watch Haven too much. When I saw him on there, he was really good and stuff. And so, but yeah, check it out tonight on CW Flash, 8/7 Central. Just wanted to remind you about that. We got news last week that they're going to do a spin-off for Doctor Who called Class, which will take place at the Coal Hill School, where Clara teaches. I'm sorry, I just got out of the shower, like I said, so my brain's still a little puppet, still waking up, stuff that's no, I say where Clara teaches. I think it's called the Coal Hill School, and like I said, I'm just waking up, and it's going to be they're going to start off with 8 45-minute episodes, and my friend Lee and I are huge Doctor Who fans, Hagen Leah, and she and I are both very excited about this too and stuff. So it could be really good. I have a feeling it reminds me of Buffy the Vampire Slayer meets Sarah Jane Adventures, and you know, there's something to be said that maybe some of the Sarah Jane Adventures cast could show up on Class. Everybody keeps asking, is Sarah Jane going to show? Unfortunately, Elizabeth Sladen, who played Sarah Jane, passed away a couple years ago, so she will not be showing up. Maybe in flashback footage they could show her and stuff, that they do flashback stuff. But I could see stuff like her son, Luke, on the show. I say son because go back and watch the show. I don't want to spoil it for everybody new. But that was a great show. That was a good kid show. It's good also. They had Doctor Who, they had Sarah Jane Adventures, and they had Torchwood. And now they're going to have a Class. So that could be really cool. I'll give it a chance. You know, we'll see what happens and stuff. And they said it will air in America, so I'd imagine it'll air on BBC America, though that could always change. 8 45-minute episodes will make up the first season. And no, we can confirm Clara will not be on the show. So maybe she'll do a guest star or something like that, because she's leaving Doctor Who. We've talked about that before and everything like that. So, but she's leaving the show, and she's leaving Doctor Who, so she will not be a regular part of Class. That's not to say she won't ever show up. And I'm getting this information for Dr. Freedom and stuff, which is really cool. Thank you for the information. I give him all credit. Dr. Freedom tells me all this stuff, puts it in his videos, podcast stuff. So I give him all credit. I mean, like, he deserves all the credit and stuff. And people asking, when is Torchwood coming back? When is Torchwood coming back? Torchwood is on hold right now while Russell T Davies and his partner deal with some issues, with some personal issues, which is not their fault. I don't blame them at all and stuff like that. So we'll see. I'm sure we'll see Torchwood back. There's been discussions that Captain Jack maybe come back to Doctor Who sooner than later, so we'll have to see. You know, I'd love to see him and Capaldi, and even especially River Song in the Christmas special interactive, excuse me. What I'd love to see in the Class is maybe K9 show up, because he, you know, if Sarah Jane lives around there, and they're not going to say Sarah Jane has ever died. Okay, so I think I talked about that before too. They're never going to say Sarah Jane died on the show, because when they ended the show, Russell T Davies ended Sarah Jane Adventures, he made sure to say, and the adventures continued forever. So the actors passed away, but the character will always live on. I'm sure there'll be references like, oh, Sarah Jane's in, you know, Africa or Antarctica or something, you know. And then we'll go to Antarctica. I'm like, well, you know, science fiction, they could travel wherever they need to go, especially since I'm sure she's still friends with the Doctor, and he could always give her a lift and stuff like that, her and her ragtag kids and stuff like that, which is really cool, so, for lack of a better term. But yeah, well, you know, we might see Luke and, so the other kids from Sarah Jane Adventures might pop up. I'm sure it could happen, but I guess it's supposed to be like young, actually, spit a little bit. We could always see them pop up on there and stuff like that. So, you know, never say never and stuff. I hope there are rumors that K9 may show up on Doctor Who eventually, because they were looking for a way to add him into the Christmas special that they couldn't figure out. So we'll see what happens. I'd love to see K9 back on the show. He was awesome, and I know kids love K9 too and stuff like that. So we could see him back on Doctor. I'd love to see him interact with Peter Capaldi as well. That'd be really cool. He's like the little tin dog and stuff. Yeah, we'll see K9 during the show. The Class, I'll definitely Class, I will definitely give a chance. We'll see that, and that could always change. You know, Class sounds like a decent talent. That could always change though. So look for that. I believe next year. First season being 8 45-minute episodes, and it's going to be kind of like, you know, like I said, Buffy, that there's a fissure in time and space or something like that all these monsters are coming through and stuff. So kind of like Buffy with the Hellmouth. That's what it was called, the Hellmouth. So I can actually use the term. So I'm not cussing. They said it numerous times on the show what it was. So it's fine. So see that, but that should premiere next year. That should be really cool and stuff. They 8 45-minute episodes, and I'll definitely give it a shot. Another Doctor Who note, ratings are fine. There are all these rumors that they're going to scrap the next season for feature-length specials from now on. That's not true. What Dr. Freeman was telling us was that what he put in his podcast, like I said, give him all full credit. He deserves it. He lets me know about this stuff, which is really cool. He's a nice guy. And he lets me and my friend Leah, hi again, Leah, he lets us know all about this stuff. I always say hi to my friend Leah, because she really is a big Who fan, a wrestling fan, and a superhero fan, so it's just really cool. Ratings are fine. What these articles in the Mirror that keep saying the show's getting canceled, oh my gosh, you know, they neglect to mention the fact that the past 3 weeks, the ratings on BBC America have set the stage for excellent. Have set the bar so high that they broke ratings records each time. So it's not getting canceled. What they're saying is 6 episodes and the Christmas special, and the reason for that is they all have stuff to do. The Class, they might have stuff to do with it too, but I don't blame them. I say like that they're just, and they don't want poor Capaldi to fall over and not be able to get back up again, It's like, they don't want him to die on set, It's like, but I mean, like, he's not old, but it's like 56, 57? He's not old, it's just like that they don't want to overwork him and stuff that, so. He's not leaving, Clara's leaving. We've talked about this before, so I'll run through it over time. He's not leaving, Clara is leaving, Stephen Moffat might be leaving later, just because, he's got to work on Sherlock, he might be overseeing Class too, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, he's not, nobody, Jenna's leaving, we talked about Jenna Louise Coleman, Jenna Coleman's leaving. We knew that was happening at the end of the season, so stay tuned to see what happens there. But the show's not being canceled, it's already picked up for season 10, I say 10? Yeah, season 10/series 10 in England, they call it series, like I said, last week or the week before. So the show's not going anywhere. As for the Sonic Screwdriver, I love the fans. I love being a fan, but they are hardcore when it comes to this. Some of these fans really do not like the Sonic sunglasses, so we'll see what happens there. But because they've started a petition online to bring back the Sonic Screwdriver, I could tell you for a fact that Peter Capaldi and showrunner Stephen Moffat have both said the Sonic Screwdriver's coming back, and I really think it's just a way for them to give them a new one. And my friends at work and I were saying, my friend Lee and I were saying that they should have one with a purple light. That'd be really cool. They would really work out too well. Not only that, but that thing makes a lot of money. A lot of money for BBC America, for merchandise, for everything like that. So it's not going anywhere, not for long term. It'll be back by the end of the season or the beginning of next season. Don't worry, it's coming back. Like I said, show's not going anywhere, it's staying around for a while. So don't, like my friend Dr. Freeman says, don't believe unless you hear it from the bee. Make that a hashtag too. I've been talking to him about that. So he's been promoting that, which is really cool. So, don't believe unless you hear it from the bee. It's coming back. It's coming back. It's coming back. Don't worry, okay? Show's not going anywhere. Show's not being canceled. And not only that, but it's also because it was put up against the Rugby World Cup, which is just ridiculous and stuff. So once the Rugby World Cup is over, and we should see ratings go down pretty much. For that go down, Doctor Who ratings go back to normal, which they've still been doing very well. We'll probably see Doctor Who ratings go back to normal pretty soon, especially since England just got knocked out the other day by, I think they said Australia. So we should see it. And then once the whole thing ends for the year, then we'll see Doctor Who's ratings go back up. Don't worry about it, it's fine. They added in BBC... Something stuck on my screen. They've added in BBC America. They've added in... I can't talk. They've added in... There's something stuck on my screen. I do apologize. There's like a little piece of fuzz stuck on my screen. Excuse me. They've added in iTunes, iPlayer, BBC America, Live Plus 7, which is when you watch on DVR and stuff like that. So it's done fine. It's doing great. The ratings have gone up. And like I said, BBC America, ratings have been broken. They've gone through the roof. It's set the standard for excellence. So don't worry. It's not going anywhere. Clara is. I'm just joking around. But it's not going anywhere. It's fine. Okay, let's get on to the WWE and MSG. First off, Raw last night, that was really good. I thought they did a good job, especially ending with like they did with and I won't say how they ended up, but just the New Day was a force to be reckoned with last night. That was pretty cool and stuff. That they really set themselves up to be the major heel group, the new DX, I guess you could call it, of the WWE. These guys are not messing around anymore. The women's match with Natty and Paige was really good. I could have done without the whole Summer Rain Rusev thing. That was kind of stupid. And both people were cool. It was but that she proposes to him and stuff. They goes, I won't marry you until I have a gold on my waist. You have a gold on your finger. It's just stupid. So, but I thought the show was pretty good. I would give it a 7.5 out of 10. The whole thing with Kane is really cool. I can't wait to see what happens with Kane at Hell in a Cell, which is what it's called. So I could say it's called Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. I think it's in 2 weeks from this Sunday. On the 25th, I think it is. Yeah, because the 19th is the Stone Cold podcast, and 2 weeks later, and 6 days later it's a pay-per-view, so it should be really cool. The Madison Square Garden event was actually pretty cool. I was like, we all expected a lot more, maybe because Beast in the East was so good and stuff that. Like, I thought it was really good. I'm just gonna call it Saturday night's main event because it's on Saturday. It aired here at 5 o'clock where I live. It aired there at like 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock. So, because it aired in New York City live. New York City. Oh my gosh. So, but I'm just gonna call it Saturday night's main event because live at MSG is kind of hard for me to remember. But I mean, I thought it was a pretty good event. I think most people were mad because the Dudleys didn't win the tag team titles, but I think they're set up to maybe win those at Hell in a Cell, at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, which could be really cool. Like I said, that's the name of the pay-per-view, so don't yell me, oh my gosh, he's cussing on his webcam and stuff, he's cussing on his blog or his video showcase. No, that's the name of the pay-per-view, is Hell in a Cell. Back to the Madison Square Garden thing, I thought was really cool. I thought they did a good job. I liked the cage match between Cena and Rollins, but I don't know why Rollins didn't just jump. I know Kane was walking around the ringside area, but I don't know why Rollins didn't just jump down. And even though he would have gotten beat up by Kane, he would have been a United States champion again. Because at one point he was on top of the cage and he changed his mind and stuff like that. And then he jumped down and he tried to do a frog splash on Cena from top, which is really cool. I thought he tried to do a curb stomp at first because I thought he was holding his knee and stuff like that. So, but no, he was okay. Cena wins the match. He retains the United States Championship. I think it's really cool. Cena taking time off. Don't worry about that stuff, guys. He's got to take a month and a half off. He'll be back in late December. He'll be back on there. It'll be fine. He asked for this time off already, so it's not like he's really injured or anything. It's just it's personal issues to hang out with Nikki and stuff like that. There are rumors they're getting married. I don't know how true those are. We'll see what happens if it happens, it happens with them. So that's really cool. I like the guy. He's a nice guy. So I never have a problem with John Cena. Dudley Boys win by DQ again, which set up for the Hell in a Cell match, and this is the MSG. So it sets up for the Hell in a Cell match that'll be the Dudley Boys versus the New Day for the tag team titles. I'd imagine this might be a tables match. It might actually be a no DQ match, or it might be a match where if Xavier Woods gets involved again, that they lose the titles instantly because he's been interfering like crazy. And the funny thing was, I thought that they dropped Spike Dudley's name on the MSG, and I've been talking to one of my friends about that. The other day, I'm like, do you think Spike Dudley will reach? He goes, never say never. So we'll see what happens. So I won't be surprised if he comes back. Chris Jericho versus Kevin Owens was a really good match. And I kind of wanted Chris Jericho to win and become a 10-time Intercontinental Champion, but I don't think he wants to be on Raw right now. His contract just for house shows, which is really cool. So, we'll see him again sometime. Did we see Roman Reigns? I don't think we saw Roman Reigns at the Madison Square Garden thing. But I thought it was pretty good. Madison Square Garden thing was pretty cool. Big Show versus Brock Lesnar, that was crazy. Because Big Show gave him 3 choke slams. We thought that was it. He went for the KO punch, the knockout punch, and missed. Lesnar hit a couple of suplexes on him. Couldn't get him up for the F5. When he put him down, it looked like he actually did the AA by John Cena, so maybe it was just a little rib to stick it to John Cena, but I guess he couldn't pick him up the first time. He does another suplex, maybe 2 more, picks him up, gets the F5 on him. That's the end of the match. He leaves. Big Show's walk around the ring, he's all mad. Lesnar comes back out. I think gave him another suplex or head. I know he gave him another F5 and then left. So it's arrive, raise, and leave, so. Like the John Cena shirt, so. I thought it was a very good event. I thought the whole thing with Paige, just silly. She's like, I would never leave my friends on the rope and stuff with other tags. That when she did that not last Monday night, not last night, but the night before. So I don't know what their deal is. So Paige is kind of loony. On the characters, not the real person. The real person is really nice. But overall, I give it a 7 or 8 out of 10. I thought it was a good event. Like I said, I would just call it Saturday Night's Main Event. I think that would have worked out pretty well, too, and they could have done stuff backstage. And they did do stuff backstage, too, and stuff like that. So they could have still done Saturday Night's Main Event, called Saturday Night's Main Event, emanating from MSG. That's just what I would have done. Oh, the Splat. Oh, my gosh. Last night, the Splat premiere, I thought it was really cool. The first show was two Pete shorts back to back. It was the burping room and it was staring contest or something like that. And I thought they were really cool. It was really cool to see them back to back. I know people are like, well, why can't they air the show? They're working on it. It'll air. I mean, that's already an improvement over 90s or all that, which I was sad to see 90s or all that end, but I thought it was really cool that they began their new lineup with Pete and Pete. And then the second show is You Can't Do That on Television. And I was just like riveted. I'm like, oh my gosh, because I truth be told, that show has not aired on Nickelodeon stations in over 10 years. And I love that show, and it's awesome. And my goodness, it really took me back to see You Can't Do That on Television on TV. That was really pretty cool. Other shows airing through the night were Doug. Was it Doug? Yeah, Doug was one of them, and Ren and Stimpy. And then they repeated it. It's 4-hour block. It's 8-hour block, but then they repeat the first 4 hours later on, which is really cool. Which I don't have a problem with stuff that. Keenan doing the introduction and saying like the stuff that's like the following is for adult audiences. It's Joker. He says it contains irony and stuff. He's like, "Are you writing what I'm saying?" He goes, "Stop it." He's like, "I'm done." And he like walks out. So it's pretty funny. But I thought it was a major improvement over 90s all that. It was sad to see 90s all that go, but I thought it was a major improvement over it, that they're trying to do more stuff and like less repetitive stuff. And the good thing about the Splat is they'll include 80s and maybe 2000s stuff, so that'd be really cool. A lot of the best of Nickelodeon stuff that. But for a first night, it was a great job. Good job, guys. I believe tonight is Are You Afraid of the Dark? Which is already great for me. I think in the next couple of days we will see all Real Monsters. We're going to see Rugrats, Hey Arnold, Cat Dog are still going to be on there. We're going to see Welcome Freshman, Hey Dude, Salute Your Shorts. There's going to be a bunch of shows, so I'll keep you guys updated on that stuff. It's really cool. Like I said, I was worried they were going to drop the ball. They didn't drop the ball the first night out. I thought it was really cool. I didn't mind they repeated the first 4 hours after the first 4 hours later on. I thought it was really cool, and as it goes on, we'll probably see less repeats and more, I don't want to say new shows, but less repeats, less repetitiveness. And it's already, like I said, it's already being a fantastic thing. I believe Pete's going to air again Wednesday night, which is really cool. I think Clarissa's coming up too. I believe Secret World of Alex Mack is coming up. Excuse me. Secret World of Alex Mack's coming up. Roundhouse is going to be on Saturday night, if what I heard is true. All that. Oh, Kenan and Kel aired last night too. That's it. Kenan and Kel. It was Pete and Pete shorts. You Can't Do That on Television, which they have not, like I said, they haven't shown in like 10 years, so it's really cool to see back. You Can't Do That on the Adventures of Pete and Pete shorts. You Can't Do That on Television. Kenan and Kel, Doug, and what is the problem one? Ren and Stimpy, the Ren and Stimpy show, which I know not everybody's a fan of, but it's really cool. But like I said, we're gonna see Wienerville, as they used to call it. We're gonna see Wienerville. We're gonna see Pete and Pete again Wednesday night. And eventually they'll show full episodes of Pete and Pete once they get the rights cleared and everything like that. We're gonna see Double Dare's gonna be on, Legends and Temple's gonna be on. So that's gonna be really cool. It's gonna be a good time. All that of course on Saturday night. All Real Monsters, Are You Afraid of the Dark? Which I'm excited. Are You Afraid of the Dark should be on tonight. So that's already a major improvement. So it sounds like it's gonna air more than just around Halloween, which is really cool. Rugrats of course coming in, Cat Dog, Hey Arnold, but they won't air as much as they used to, which is really cool. So tune in tonight. You'll see some really cool stuff on the Splat. Preferably after you watch the Flash season premiere. Let's get those ratings up, guys. Let's keep those ratings up so CW does a lot more Flash. So, and they're going to do a lot more stuff with them too. Finally, I wanted to reminisce a little bit about the Blockbuster video stores they used to be on. I know in El Paso they used to have them around and stuff like that. I'm going to look up what my friend Leah said. I think when she lives in Florida. So when she had one down there, it was called Movie Mall. I think it was called Movie Mall. I'm looking it up now. Sorry, guys. Going a little bit. Movie Mall. Yep, Movie Mall. She says she missed it, too. It had 16,000 movies. Blockbuster. A lot of these Blockbusters there. Severe thunderstorm warning. Ooh, I know about that. A lot of these Blockbusters have become mattress stores, which is really kind of weird. The Blockbuster we have down here is still an empty building because it just shut down like last year or the year before. No, I think it was last year. I think it was early last year or late late 2013 or 2014, it fully shut down and stuff like that, which is very sad, because I like going there and stuff like that. Near the end, I didn't go there too much because I went to Hollywood Video, which is also gone, which, it just, that they would do different stuff if people weren't bringing back on time and stuff like that, and like they'd have new rules and stuff like that. So I don't know. I think that Netflix also, and I don't blame Netflix for that. I think Netflix also, with their easy streaming stuff, that was easier to get, GameFly and stuff like that, and like Redbox and stuff. It's just sad to see them gone. I know a lot of people like it, and the funny thing is, in El Paso, they still have Blockbuster Video down there, because I've seen pictures of it. They're still open, so it must be like one of the things that they kept open. They must have like a benefactor that keeps it open, which is really cool and stuff. And bring them back to Tucson. I'd love to see them back in Tucson, Arizona, and stuff like that. And I know you guys have told me, like Leah said, that you guys had independent stuff in your town. So tell, in the comments section and on Twitter and stuff like that. And I just opened up my Twitter a lot more. So tell me on Twitter and stuff like that, what you guys remember about it and stuff. But I remember going there. And I think we also have Video Update. We had National Video. The first video I remember renting from National Video was Nightmare on Elm Street 2: Freddy's Revenge. The first one I can remember renting from, the first DVD I can remember renting from Hollywood Video, when my mom got the membership, I got to use it, was Halloween from John Carpenter back in 1978. I got to use it there and like, they always had this smell that when you walked in, you knew what the smell was. I thought that was really cool. It takes you back and stuff. I'm sure if you go to a Blockbuster nowadays, if it's open near you, because like I said, there's still some open. I think there's still some open in Canada too, which is really cool. You guys are lucky. And that's really cool, and I mean that you guys are lucky. But yeah, that there's always this smell that hit you when you went in. It was just like this fresh smell and stuff. That's really cool. And Blockbuster used to sell t-shirts. For a while, they used to sell t-shirts. They rented video games, rented DVDs. You could buy DVDs and Blu-rays there near the end. You could buy candy. You could buy magazines. You could buy toys and stuff. I think near the end, they started getting rid of some of the stuff. But, yeah, it's really cool stuff. And Hollywood Video is my favorite place to go. I still remember when I walked into Hollywood Video one time, and it was hot as blazes in there, and I said, what the heck is going on? I thought I had a heat stroke or a fever, said that. The guy laughed. He goes, no, our air conditioner broke, so the doors are open. So I was like, oh, man. And I felt so bad for him. They had to work in there. So when I got home, I felt better. I was like, man, I felt bad for him. My mom and I were cracking up. It's like, that sucks. They still made you work there. He's like, I got paid double that day. So that was pretty cool, but yeah. Just remember going to Blockbuster, and that's why for Blockbuster, Hollywood Video Update. I didn't get too much for Video Update. I got once in a while, because Video Update was kind of like a little more higher. I think I got Evil Dead 2 and Jack Frost, and not the Michael Keaton one, the Killer Snowman one. I got Jack Frost, Killer Snowman one back in the day from there. But, if you have, some of the independent ones, like we have Casa Video here and stuff like that, which are really cool and stuff. But like I said, they're still hanging on and stuff like that, but it's just sad to see Blockbuster and Hollywood Video gone and stuff, and I've talked about them before, and I'll talk about them more another time too and stuff like that, but my friend Lee and I used to go there all the time in our separate ones. Like, she lives in Florida, so she used to go there in the Florida one. I went here in Tucson one, and there's one up in Minnesota called Super Video. I don't know if they're still open or not. They're connected to a Super American gas station, but I just remember going there. I think that's where no, there's another one called Videoland, I think it was, where you could rent games and stuff, and that's where my mom rented me Freddy's Dead, and that was the first Freddy movie I ever got to rent and stuff that, and like I got hooked on Nightmare on Elm Street and stuff that, like blah 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 blah. And after a while, Blockbuster started getting rid of some of the ones, like not Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday 13 Part 8, they got rid of and stuff that, so, because I think if they didn't get rented as much, they would pull them off the shelf, but they could always bring back later and stuff that, but yeah, near the end, I think they were getting beat up bad and stuff. It's really sad because I love going to the Hollywood Video and stuff, and they're pretty cheap. They'll let you keep it for 5 days and stuff. That was really cool. And near the end, they did kind of weird stuff, but then they went back to the 5-day thing and stuff, so it was really cool. Blockbuster got beat up bad and stuff. That's really sad and stuff. And I think someone maybe at the headquarters was doing something not very nice or that. I don't know. It's like, excuse me. I've heard rumors that there was like people taking money from there that they weren't supposed to, and they got put in jail and all sorts of stuff, which is really, really sad that we lose out because people are being jerks. So, alright guys, that's my reminiscence about Blockbuster, Hollywood Video Update, Movie Land, or whatever it's called, and stuff that, and like Super Video and Super America, stuff that, which is cool. I'm gonna go have some coffee. Yes, I'm this hyper. I'm not having my coffee. I'm gonna have some pizza. Have a good day. Have some macaroni and cheese. Remember, if you're at a gas station and you see a spider on your gas tank and your gas cap, do not light it on fire. that blows up the gas station. Look up that in Detroit. Guy lights spider on fire, lights pump on fire. So look that up, guys. It was pretty funny. I will talk with you guys later. I crack myself up. So then, have a good day. Go have some macaroni and cheese. Have a good day. Watch the Flash tonight. Watch the Flash on Netflix. Arrow and Supernatural tomorrow on Netflix. Have fun, guys. I will talk with you later. Bye bye, guys.